Hello, I'm just going to get things set up to go live on Facebook as well into our group. And tonight we're going to talk about Ningxia Red, so just give me a moment and we will get started shortly. Okay, so now I think we're live on Facebook as well as in Zoom. So if you want to ask questions, you have to join the Zoom or put comments in the Facebook group. I'm just getting my phone set up so that I can see if there's any questions that come up for the program, and let's just get going here. So welcome. My name is Chris Razima, and I am your guide for tonight's topic, which is Ningxia Red. What is it and why does it help? So I have, I'm just going to turn down the volume there. So let's just dive right in and get going, because this little package or bottle, whatever you buy, deserves some serious conversation. So, Ningxia Red. I love this quote. Anytime you eat or drink, you are either feeding disease or you are fighting it. And this is so true and gets more true every day with the deterioration of the quality of our food. We've got to be conscious of what we put in our bodies, and it doesn't mean that we have to live a lifestyle of restriction. Just needs to, we need to be conscious of what we're doing and supplement to make up for times when we might overindulge or not eat as well as we can. Now, Ningxia Red is infused with lemon, orange, yuzu, which is a type of citrus, and tangerine essential oils. That's important, and we'll talk about that. It is a delicious daily supplement that includes juices and extracts from several superfruits, such as aronia berries, plum, blueberries, pomegranate, and truly the best of all, which is the whole name of it, Ningxia wolfberries. This powerful little berry is super, and it gets its name from the Ningxia region of China, where Young Living's founder and chairman, D. Gary Young, first learned of this berry and its unparalleled and quite ancient nutritional profile. It's known by the locals there as the wolfberry, but here in the West, many of us know of it as the goji berry. That's how I first learned of the wolfberry. It was as the goji berry. And Ningxia Red as a supplement packs a huge punch in terms of benefits for normal eye health, normal cellular function, and energy levels. And I use 2 ounces a day, and it is a non-negotiable in my nutrition regime daily. So let's get started talking about what is Ningxia Red, because you've probably heard me talking about it for a very long time, and you're still thinking, what the heck is this stuff? And why has it got such a weird name? Well, Ningxia Red is a whole food drink infused with the world's greatest essential oils. I talked about yuzu, lemon, orange, and tangerine. It is sweet and tangy. It features predominantly the Ningxia wolfberry, which we're going to talk about throughout this whole class. And Young Living uses the puree of the fruit, including leaves and stems and the peel and the fruit, to maximize the nutrient benefits. I'm sure you have seen a lot of nutrition drinks out there that come in little powdered packages, and they are about as far from their original ingredients as processing can take them. Ningxia Red, you have to either squish the package to distribute the puree, or you shake the bottle because it's that close to its original state, the berry or the plum, like the whole fruit. And that whole fruit, whole food is part of Ningxia's appeal. It features, like I said, plums, aronia berries. We're going to talk about each of these. Blueberry, cherry, pomegranate juices, and extracts. And then the wolfberry, the goji berry puree, which is a little bit thicker and settles out in the bottles. It is packed with superfoods because we want it to support our overall wellness. Okay. So we're going to get into talking about each component, but I want to just say that the information in this class is for education and information purposes. I encourage you to make your own healthcare decisions in consultation with your healthcare provider and your own research. This particular presentation, this class, a lot of the information has been taken from the book, The Ningxia Wolfberry, The Ultimate Superfood, which was written by D. Gary Young, Young Living's founder. Okay, so let's start with wolfberries or goji berries. The origins of what we call Ningxia Red are very clear because Gary Young formulated. He took a look at the people living in the Ningxia region of China who have extraordinary longevity. And he found that their everyday diet included not only the wolfberry, which is native to the region, but many other vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, which were not common and still are not common in the standard North American diet. And he thought that based on what they were consuming, that this wolfberry must be providing super nutrition. It is literally a whole food, living supplement that actually energizes and fortifies your body. So the Ningxia region in China is really close to Mongolia, and it's actually called China's Herbal Medicine Valley. And Ningxia, the wolfberries are included in a number of Chinese herbal pharmacopoeias, which is pharmacological texts, and is still prescribed to patients for a wide variety of health issues. The Yellow River floodplain in Ningxia province, where the wolfberry crop grows, gets its water from the Himalayan mountains. And so the water is charged with an unprecedented amount of an assortment of minerals and organic nutrients. So that water is flowing into these fields where these Ningxia wolfberry trees are and providing super minerals and organic nutrients to these plants, which then use them in the growth of these berries. And actually, the wolfberry is so famous for its healing properties that there's a 2-week Chinese festival around the wolfberry, which is very cool. It'd be kind of neat to go and see sometime. And the Chinese apparently often view the wolfberry as their secret weapon for bringing home Olympic medals in the Olympic Games. So that's kind of cool. They so value it for its health-giving properties that their athletes take these as supplements. So that's kind of a wolfberry synopsis. Like I said in the beginning, this information all comes from D. Gary Young's book. So I encourage you to look up that book and get a copy and have a read. So let's look at the nutritional overview of Ningxia Red, because that's what we're talking about. How does this plant, this berry, support our bodies? So here's a chart of nutrients, which shows a comparison of the Ningxia wolfberry with a whole bunch of other foods that we typically eat, and maybe some that we don't. I don't know how many people eat dandelion greens, but it compares to that. So, and 100 grams is the serving size used in this, which is about 2/3 of a cup of berries, or one medium-sized banana. So that just gives you kind of a point of reference as to what these nutrient, like these foods, how much of those foods you have to eat to get the nutritional value. And it's been called a virtual vitamin capsule in the form of a fruit, the wolfberry, because it contains over 21 essential minerals and 18 amino acids, and an extraordinarily high level of thiamine, which is vitamin B1, niacin, which is vitamin B3, and vitamin C. And it is known to be the highest known food source of B1, and actually contains double the recommended daily dose of vitamin C. So that's really cool. But within the plant kingdom, even more, the mineral profile of wolfberries is even more unusual because it has calcium, zinc, copper, chromium, magnesium, potassium, and manganese. And all of these are super important for many, many bodily functions, as you'll see as we go through the slides, how many bodily functions these minerals and amino acids actually impact for our health. But the important thing for many body functions is not just the amount of the chemicals, but how balanced they are amongst themselves. The Ningxia wolfberry actually contains an ideal mineral proportions, almost 1:1 magnesium to calcium, 2:1 zinc to copper, and 8:1 potassium to magnesium ratios. And those are really important because imbalance on those means you're not getting what your body needs, and you're not able to use them. So they need to be in specific ratios. And those ratios for those three combinations is nearly perfect. And they have a total protein of 15.6% of protein by weight. So they have tons of protein. It has more protein than bee pollen. It's also very rich in amino acids, L-arginine and L-glutamine. Google those, really interesting amino acids. And the wolfberry contains 1.4% of a branch chain amino acid called L-leucine, as well as significant amounts of tyrosine, which is a key building block for dopamine production. And dopamine is an essential neurotransmitter in our brain. It's the thing that fires when you get something good happen in your life and it feels good. And dopamine decreases with age. So we really want to make sure that we are producing more of that. It's 21% fiber by weight. So that's, you're getting, when you're having the full production of the berry, which includes the stems and leaves and things, into the drink, it actually provides a credible source of fiber in your diet. And it actually has one of the highest percentages of fiber of any whole food, which is why I love that it is left in such a close to nature state in the puree. And its glycemic index, for any of you who are needing to know that, is 29, which compared to brown rice is 66, or millet is 72, or buckwheat is 54. So it's got quite a low glycemic index for a fruit. So that is very cool and very important. Oh, I got a comment here. Let me just check and see. Hello, Sheila. Glad you could join. All right. So now we've talked about how amazing wolfberry is. On this slide, it talks about the high ORAC antioxidant level. So ORAC is the range that antioxidants are measured on. And it is one of the highest ORAC antioxidants that you can find in the wolfberry. So let's talk about another ingredient in Ningxia Red, which is pomegranates. So we talked about pomegranates being in the mix. Now, pomegranates are in this for circulation, because pomegranates also are powerful antioxidants, and so they destroy free radicals that build up in our body because of stress and pollution, and those are the things that degrade our cells. And so pomegranate brings some other special things to the table. It can reduce the oxidation of cholesterol. So this is why it's good for circulation. Both HDL, which is the good cholesterol, high density lipoprotein, and LDL, low density, are the two kinds of cholesterol in your body. They are naturally occurring, and that's not a bad thing, but you get LDL cholesterol more from animal food products, okay? And that's the cholesterol that we hear about building up in our arteries and creating plaque, which is what set loose and gave me 2 heart attacks because of stress. That is oxidized LDL cholesterol, plaque. This is the stuff that causes heart disease, like mine. And the process of oxidation is a normal body process. But when your arteries have a buildup of this LDL, it's really hard for your blood to circulate. And sometimes it can flare up, it can cause inflammation inside your artery wall. It can cause your arteries to become smaller and less efficient. And if one of those blockages or breaks off, it can cause a stroke or heart attack. Ask me about that. So it's safe to say that if you're eating animal products, you want to do your best to keep the oxidation of your cholesterol to a minimum. We want our blood circulating through the body smoothly for as long as we can. And as our liver can predict our life expectancy, it is said that we are as old as our arteries. So some days I could probably be pretty darn old because my arteries are, have had some issues. So that's pomegranates for circulation. Let's talk about liver health. We're going to go through some body functions and ingredients and see how they mesh together with Ningxia Red. So did you know that you can tell how long you're going to live by your liver? I thought that was a bit weird, but liver health is one of the most reliable predictors of life expectancy. So we all really want to have a healthy liver, and we all really need to work on providing our liver with everything it needs to stay healthy, because the liver has a job of detoxifying all the things that pass through our bodies. It is the great detoxifier. And there are multiple antioxidants, we talked about those, concentrated in your liver to help control the massive burden of free radicals generated from the detoxification process. So detoxification creates free radicals, and we need antioxidants to combat those free radicals. The antioxidants actually go out and help scavenge out these free radicals, but antioxidants decline with age. So we need to do what we can to support our liver and keep our antioxidant levels up. The essential oils in this super juice is what I like to call it, and actually my grandson calls it super juice, actually increases an antioxidant called glutathione. Now, glutathione is one of the most important, powerful antioxidants in our body because it neutralizes free radicals, it enhances our immune system, and detoxifies the liver. One of the things that I learned after my first heart attack when I was going to a Chinese medicine doctor and getting acupuncture was that in Chinese medicine, when you have heart issues, they go and look at your liver and they support your liver because your liver is what protects your heart. So I thought that was very interesting. And he also told me that I was talking about some sleep issues that I was having. I was always waking up at 3 in the morning. And he said that was my liver detoxing and struggling to detox. So I went very strongly about supporting my liver so that it would detox easily. Now, because the Ningxia wolfberry is so rich in antioxidants, we know that drinking Ningxia and using other wolfberry products can help support the proper functioning of our liver. So now we've got circulation being supported by pomegranates, our liver and the liver detox process being supported by the wolfberry. Let's see what else this beautiful juice drink helps us with. So who wants gorgeous, clear skin? Everybody, honestly. And your body is always renewing itself, and your skin is continually growing and dying and shedding. So typically, whatever you have going on inside your body will reflect on the outside through your skin. So if you're having skin issues, you got to look to the inside of your body to see what's going on there. And now that we've learned a little bit about how incredible the wolfberry is for our liver, the organ that filters toxins for your body, you can see how crucial liver health is for your skin, because wolfberry helps your liver to detox, and it doesn't have to come out through your skin. And wolfberry helps to combat accelerated aging. And it would be fair to say really that a good part of aging is continuous free radical attack on our cells. That's kind of a definition of aging. And the constant battering of cell membranes and cell DNA by free radicals actually creates the damage that our body can't repair fast enough. And our cells become overwhelmed with the toxic load, and they start to self-destruct. DNA damage actually is a major contributor to aging. And that damage comes from that process of free radicals overwhelming our cells. So I think it's pretty safe to say that Ningxia wolfberry could be a secret to better longevity. So that's the power of wolfberry. It's also why there's a wolfberry eye cream, and it's meant to go on the tender skin under your eyes, because it's to help with the cell damage and the detoxification of those cells. So let's talk about eye health. I've actually talked to a couple of people today about macular degeneration in their family, and they're wondering if, because they've got macular degeneration in the family, should they be thinking about their eye health? And of course, because macular degeneration affects more than 10 million North Americans, and an increasing prevalence of nutritional deficiencies because of our diets has created even earlier onset of this disease. And interestingly, two carotenoids found in wolfberries, zeaxanthin and lutein, are absolutely essential for maintaining and supporting eye health. So we're just racking up the supports of our body systems with the antioxidant help from Ningxia Red. And there is research, and if you want the research links, please PM me and I will send you those research links. There's research articles which study zeaxanthin and lutein and their impacts on eye health, and they're published in the National Institute of Health. So it's credible research that's talking about these components on eye health. And what are some of the food sources of these nutrients? Green leafy vegetables, kale, spinach, broccoli, peas, lettuce, and egg yolks. Kale has 8,198 micrograms of lutein and zeaxanthin per 100 grams. Spinach has 12,198 per 100. What do you think Ningxia wolfberries have? Ningxia wolfberries actually have 27,800 micrograms of zeaxanthin and per 100 grams of food, and 27,000 of lutein. Yes, so spinach had 12,000, kale had 8,000, Ningxia has 27,000. So with the same amount, 100 grams of food, if you take 100 grams of wolfberry, you are getting way more of the components needed for eye health than you could get eating kale. You'd have to eat 3 times the amount of kale, so 300 grams of kale, to come even close to these zeaxanthin and lutein that is provided in 100 grams of wolfberry, which is why this one shot a day is such an amazing gift. So let's talk about my favorite thing, heart health, because heart health is the leading cause of death in Canada, US, and Australia. You know my history with heart health and the issues that I've had. And it doesn't have to be the leading cause of death or any cause of death. So we need to make the kind of changes right now so that we can support our heart health that our North American diet induces. And it affects many adults and children every day. So Ningxia Red supports maintaining the healthy blood sugar, our healthy blood sugar levels, as well as a healthy cholesterol. We talked about that in the circulation system. And the Ningxia wolfberry actually oxygenates blood cells beautifully, because minerals are vitally important for heart health and the cardiovascular system. And we talked about the amino acids and the minerals from the Himalayan water that the berries absorb in their growing. Soft water, which some of us have, lacks potassium and magnesium and chromium. And these minerals play a super important part in heart health. And that's what we get when we drink our 2 ounces of Ningxia every day. It's important to note that the wolfberry, I want to repeat this, comes from a region in China that specifically gets these trace minerals from the soil it's grown in. And it receives glacial runoff that has a wicked trace mineral profile. There's 18 trace minerals, the highest known potassium content of any food. Forget your bananas. So the wolfberry makes a powerful food for heart health. So let's talk about a little bit about the potassium. We get potassium from bananas, but the amount is minuscule compared to wolfberries. And as we age, potassium and magnesium in our body actually decreases, like everything. And a lack of magnesium in your body can lead to a huge decline of potassium. And because it's involved in over 300 enzyme reactions in our body, magnesium is actually a pivotal part of almost every biological process that we have, including the synthesis of protein, the electrical stability of our cells, the metabolism of glucose, the creation of cellular energy, and to maintain cell membrane integrity. Remember when we were talking about antioxidants degrading cell membranes? Magnesium is part of maintaining that cell membrane integrity. So consumption of magnesium-rich foods can actually replenish the declining magnesium levels that occur with age. So Ningxia wolfberry is great for that. And the last thing for a healthy heart we want to talk about is L-arginine. So L-arginine is in the Ningxia wolfberry. It is an amino acid. And again, Ningxia berries are super rich in L-arginine and it is a precursor of nitric oxide, which is vital in supporting our cardiovascular system's is supporting the cardiovascular system, our immune system, and our nervous system. And L-arginine is a super strong antioxidant, which also supports our arteries. All of these things, I know I spent 3 days on a magnesium drip in the cardiac ward after my second heart attack. You know that these things are important. So this is our prevention mechanism for getting exactly what our bodies need that isn't provided in our traditional diet. So let's talk about citrus for a moment, because we said that Ningxia Red is infused with citrus oils. Now, you probably are wondering, well, why the heck are citrus oils in Ningxia Red? Well, you all know that citrus fruits are good for us, right? Well, it's mostly because of the vitamin C in them. But regards to avoiding, it's how it supports our body, did you know that the most beneficial part of citrus fruit is actually not the juice or the pulp? It's actually the rinds. How many of you are eating the lemon rind or the orange peel? I don't think many of you are. It's pretty potent. It's pretty tart. It's pretty granular. But the Young Living essential oils are cold pressed from the rind of the fruit, not the fruit juice, not the fruit pulp, from the rind. So we get all the amazing benefits from rind in our citrus essential oils. Those oils are full of limonene, which is a monoterpene, which is a chemical component inside that peel. You'll hear people talking about terpenes a lot. These are actually ones and are linked back to the food that they come from. And monoterpenes do some amazing things in our cells. Just research the benefits of limonene, and you will very quickly get a clue how interesting this particular terpene is, monoterpene. Limonene gives you a lot of love to our cells and supports those that are getting attacked by free radicals, meaning citrus oils actually play a supporting role in our overall wellness from toxins and stressors in our body. And side note, I have done some research on this, and you can confirm with your pharmacist or your healthcare provider that if you're on blood pressure medications like I am and are not allowed to drink grapefruit juice, you can actually have grapefruit oil, because the chemical in the juice that interferes with your medications is not present in essential oils because it's from the peel. Check it out with your pharmacist, check it out with your healthcare provider, but you can maybe go back to having grapefruit oil in your water. I drink it every day. All right, so let's talk about another ingredient in the Ningxia Red, which is aronia berries. And I had never heard of aronia berries until I started drinking Ningxia Red. Aronia, here's some fun facts about aronia berries. These are also super berries, and they contain a large amount of carotene, which is carotenoids, which protects cells from damage and protects our eyes from cataract formation. So the aronia is rich in antioxidants, has a very, very high ORAC value, which is the antioxidant rating scale, but it's called oxygen radical absorption capacity. That's what ORAC stands for. And it's an antioxidants power. It's a measure of antioxidants power to neutralize free radicals. So aronia rates about 16,000 on the ORAC scale. So it's actually thought of as a nutraceutical fruit crop because it offers such an extremely high amount of healthy elements in the form of antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients. And there's a lot more research needed to be carried out on the fruit and its benefits, but it's currently ranked as one of the top 8 in the superfruits category. So another superfruit is blueberries. And we all have heard about and eaten a ton of blueberries. But do you know that they have also an amazing level of antioxidants in them? And their particular profile contains a unique composition of polyphenols that do a great deal of antioxidant work. So there have been studies 1999 and 2006 by the National Institute on Aging that explored how blueberries contribute to healthy aging. And I have those links if you want them. Again, private message me and I will send them to you. I've got some nice links to some studies. So blueberries have been supporting, they have been supporting brain health, liver health, and heart health. They keep red blood cells strong in the face of oxidative damage. And a year 2000 study at the Veterans Affairs Center in Denver showed that blueberries support mental function. Blueberry-fed people performed on the level of much younger people. So how awesome is that? Just by eating blueberries. The thing you have to remember, though, about eating blueberries is that so many of our blueberries are out of season and have traveled significantly long distances. So you may not be getting all of the nutritional value from out of season or foreign imported blueberries that you would get if they were in your yard and you were eating them from your yard. So we just have to be aware that food growing practices and food transportation factor impact the nutritional value of all of these fruits. So if you are thinking that I can just go and get some of these fruits and eat them and get the same impact as drinking Ningxia Red, that may not be true. It's hard to tell, but we know that the nutritional value of the foods that we currently eat has significantly declined since the 1950s. So, okay, so let's talk about now healthy blood sugar. We alluded to that earlier on, and we know that over the lifetime, the lower you maintain your serum glucose level, the longer you will live. It's just that simple. And even if you aren't diagnosed with being diabetic or having poor blood sugar control, a diet centered on a lot of saturated fats and refined carbohydrates can actually leave just as devastating an impact on your health and life expectancy as being diabetic. And having said all that, I believe that eating high glycemic whole foods is okay. I know that some people are easily affected with blood sugar spikes from higher glycemic foods. And, people have lives that they have to manage. So what we're talking about here, how do we support our bodies in the midst of all of the things that go into making our world? Now, Ningxia wolfberry has one of the lowest glycemic indexes of any foods out there. So that means when it's consumed, it exerts only a minimal impact on our blood sugar levels. And recent clinical studies also suggest that wolfberry contains some bioactive components actually that can benefit those who need to support healthy glucose levels. So you can support maintaining better glucose levels by drinking this nutrient supplement. But how can a wolfberry have such a low glycemic index despite having about 45% sugar by weight? Well, that's pretty, not all sugars are created equal. And so much of the sugar in the wolfberry is chemically joined in such a way that makes them behave like slowly digested fiber, not high octane sugar. And this makes wolfberries the ideal low glycemic food for those who wish to take control of their blood sugar spikes, which is why also at Young Living, we sell dried wolfberries in bulk. You can buy them and snack on them. Nice low glycemic index snack with all of the other components attached to it. So with all of that, how do you take Ningxia? Well, sometimes I'd like to take it plain in either these 2-ounce containers or in a bottle. And then I can either mix it with water, maybe some of my other supplements like sulfurzyme in a powder, or my Inner Beauty collagen, and then maybe some either some Ningxia Nitro, or maybe some sugar-free sparkling water. That's usually the way I like it. But lots of people zing up their Ningxia by adding other essential oils. So you can drop lime vitality essential oil. You can make it spicier and add cinnamon or clove or citrus vitality, which is one of my favorites because it's a bunch of different citrus oil. Or you could do lime and basil, or you could do an after dinner mint using some peppermint. There's lots of different ways. There's a ton of different recipes. It's not all, I just take a shot every day. If you don't want it to be, you can liven it up. And then you start to get all of the benefits of the other oils that you add. Peppermint oil is a particularly good one because it also helps to manage food cravings. And there are other wolfberry products. I was talking about the bulk berries that you can buy, and you can see those dried down here. We have a beautiful wolfberry eye cream for the sensitive eye area because it's so full of antioxidants that it helps that very tender skin. You can find it in Ningxia Zing, which is a carbonated green tea and Ningxia rehydration drink, and it has black pepper oil and lime oil in it for a little added energy without too much caffeine. It has a little bit of caffeine in it because it has white tea extract, and that's got about 35 calories and some naturally occurring caffeine. So a question I get a lot is, who can drink Ningxia Red? Well, everybody can drink Ningxia Red in amounts, and even your dog can drink Ningxia Red. I know people whose gluten sensitive and celiac children drink Ningxia Red. And if you drink it consistently over time, you will feel a drastic difference in your wellness. I particularly find I have a more even energy level throughout the whole day. I mean, I've been getting up with puppies at about 5 o'clock in the morning for the last 3 weeks. And I have my Ningxia about lunchtime, and I can go right through till bedtime without really feeling any lull in my energy level. And there's many ways that you can make this fun for kids. You can freeze these. These are really lovely frozen so that in the heat of the day, they get kind of a nice Ningxia popsicle. Pregnant and nursing women can drink this. It truly is just food-based nutrition in a bottle or a packet. So if you consider it safe to eat fruits and veggies, then you can take this. So it's amazing. I focus on Ningxia in my Young Living business because I just find that it is such an easy and complete nutritional boost. And I love that it is so close to its natural state that you have to shake it or mix it before you drink it. And I focus on this because I am just such a believer in the power of this little red package. Now, there are some different ways that you can buy Ningxia Red. You can buy it retail if you want. You can buy it in 2 bottle increments, 2, 4, 6, and 8 bottle increments. And as you get higher up in the number of bottles or the more Ningxia in your order, it gets cheaper per ounce. Okay. But if you buy as a member, a Young Living member, right away, you get a 24% discount because you can buy it wholesale. Then if you add it to your Essential Rewards program, which is Young Living's loyalty rewards program, you start off getting 10% back in points that you can spend on other purchases, all the way up to 25% off when you've been on it for more, when you've been on the plan for more than 24 months. So I'm almost 34 months into it, and I get 25% back because I got Ningxia on my monthly order, and I get points back to spend on other things. You can order it in packets. There's 30, 60, and 90 servings per box that you can order, or you can order the Essential Rewards packages, the bundle, which is a couple of bottles, some of the packages, which are nice to have. You know, you can throw a couple in your purse, throw a couple in your car, and when you just need something, I often, if I'm driving in the later afternoon and traffic is bad, I take one of these, and it's delicious, and it just freshens up my mind. It regenerates. It makes me feel rejuvenated, and I can cope much better. It helps with my stress level immensely. So that is the skinny on the main ingredients in Ningxia Red. I hope that you have enjoyed this presentation. It's amazing to me how complete and powerful this blend of berries and essential oils is. I recommend it to everyone, no matter where you're starting from in your health journey, because I know that it can actually make a huge difference in your life. So thank you all for joining me. And if you have any questions, or if you want to find out how you can order this amazing nutrient supplement, just send me a private message, send me an email, give me a call, however you want to do it. But this is something you really need to try. Have a great night.